Recently, there were 2 ordinances passed in the city of St. Louis that are related to smoking and public health. Jeanine Arrighi is the Environmental Health Services Bureau Chief, and she'll tell us the details of the new policies. Welcome, Jeanine. Thanks for coming to STL TV. So let's talk about what the changes are and how this affects our city residents.
So these ordinance changes are very important to opportunities to prevent young people from beginning to smoke. What they did was they increased the legal age for when a person can sell or distribute tobacco.
Can purchase, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, and that changed to age 21.
That's correct.
From 18, is
Yes.
that right? Okay. And
Yes.
this change just happened in November, right?
Yes, November 23rd was the date that it actually became law. And we are in the process of an education campaign with vendors in the city to make sure they understand the law and how it impacts them.
Okay, so even though it was enacted at the end of November 2016, the vendors, our retailers, are still having to make that change internally, is that right?
That's correct, because the law requires them to post these placards or signs that indicate that tobacco products can't be sold to anyone under the age of 21.
So it's tobacco products, anything nicotine.
That's right.
And vaping.
Exactly.
Okay, so why the change?
Well,
besides the obvious,
right,
the health issues.
The vast majority of people who smoke started before they were 21 years of age. And hundreds of thousands of teenagers experience their first cigarette each year. And so by trying to prevent young people from the opportunity to smoke, we're likely to impact the total number of smokers. And the city of St. Louis has the highest smoking rate of any county in Missouri.
Is that right?
Yeah.
But speaking of the county, St. Louis County actually has had this law in effect.
Yes, they
for some time.
preceded us by several months.
Okay.
And it was kind of the counties moving forward with it that kind of helped to initiate the city to adopt the ordinance as well.
Yeah. So have you had any pushback from the retailers?
I wouldn't say pushback, but just curiosity and wanting to make sure that they're in compliance with the ordinance and the requirements for placards. We actually have printed up placards that we're distributing so that they have everyone that they need.
Okay. And those are required to be
posted, yes, in any establishment that sells cigarettes or nicotine products or vaping products.
Right. Okay, so an 18-year-old cannot go into a store and purchase cigarettes. A 19-year-old, 20-year-old, they cannot purchase. Can they smoke? Is it just about purchasing, or is it about using as well? If they're on the street and they're smoking, what happens?
So it's not about them smoking, but it is about distributing to them to smoke.
So
it
harder.
prevents sale or distribution of tobacco products to anyone under age 21.
Okay, very good. So, this is obviously a very important thing for the health of our young people in St. Louis. And so what other things have you seen change as a result of this, or do you anticipate?
Well, I think there's going to be some confusion about it at first, and especially this issue of distribution, because that's very limiting. I think the important change will be that people recognize that it's that early exposure to nicotine products that causes an early addiction and makes it much more difficult for a person to quit later on. So prevention of smoking early on is really invaluable.
And there's more likelihood of people smoking at a younger age, or having that desire perhaps when they're with their peers than perhaps when they're a little bit further along into adulthood. Would you agree with that?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, and just a teenager, somebody who's 19 years of age, there's still brain development going on there,
right?
Even past age 21.
Oh yeah.
So that is a huge impact.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jeanine, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll have more with Jeanine Arrighi and the St. Louis's new smoking ordinances after this. Please stay with us.